I really appreciate this script and the prompter here because I do really good work when it comes to cliches. Do or die time, guys. Our backs are up against the wall. Make or break. I can't think of any others right now. Bottom line right now is the Blue Jays have to win tomorrow or their playoff hopes are gone.
2-2 again. Hit in the air to right and deep. And it is a grand slam for Eugenio Suarez. And the Mariners have taken a 4-run lead.
And that's when the Blue Jays knew they'd lost this game. They had been leading into the 8th inning, and then the Mariners tied it up and went ahead with a grand slam. Seattle wins 6-2 in Game 5. Game 6 now is a must-win for the Jays at Rogers Center tomorrow night. The team understandably disappointed when they were caught up with by the press.
I mean, we did our job here. You know, we came here, a lot of us were talking, it's a 3-game series. We got to win this series to go back to Toronto, and we did. Tough loss, obviously, to lose the way we did. But these guys are resilient, and, you know, there's no other group I believe in more than these guys in that room. So I know they're going to come out, you know, ready to go for Game 6, and, hopefully we can force a Game 7.
I mean, obviously it feels terrible. Team battled all game to put us in a position to win, and came in and really couldn't have pitched worse. Wanted to go away, wanted to try to establish a way to Raleigh, just missed on the first one, and then really wanted to establish that sinker away and ended up leaving the one that he hit out. Just a little too much of the plate, and then from there just struggled, and then ended up putting Sir in a bad spot, so obviously feels terrible.
As for fans, they haven't used the word terrible, but they can speak for themselves.
Disappointed about the choice to go to Little in the 8th, but I got confidence in them coming back and winning Game 6 and 7. They've been a comeback team all year. You know what they say, a comeback team is a championship team.
It's tough. However, I do feel confident coming home. Yeah.
Why do you still believe in this team? Why do you still have the World Series dream?
Honestly, because the bats come alive when they need to. At the end of the day, we're clutch, and I believe the clutchness is going to come through at home.
You know what? It's tough, but I think we got it. You know what? We pulled out 2 in Seattle. We weren't meant to win 3. That's okay. We came back with 2. We tied it up. We got the next one. For sure.
What about the collapse in the 8th inning? What'd you think of that?
It happens. We gave them a bit of a meatball. They took advantage. It's okay. It happens. I think the bats are going to come alive next game like they have the last 2, and I think we got it.
Joining us now is Brayden Ewasko. He's the host of the Locked On Blue Jays podcast. Oh, Brayden, where do we start? Last night, I don't really know what to think about last night. Like, it looked so good, and then I know Brandon Little feels horrible. What are you thinking?
Oh, he absolutely feels terrible. I mean, you saw it in the press conference after with the media scrum. I mean, that's going to haunt a guy, and it will. It's, we say baseball's a confidence game, and after this one, I mean, Brandon Little's confidence is probably at an all-time low. So I could not feel worse for him. It was the wrong move by John Schneider. I think everybody and their dog knows that at this point. They just went to Jeff Hoffman the day before in a very, in a different situation, but going against their best guys. They put him in a couple innings early to go against their best guys, and that's what should have happened in this game. They wanted their best guys to see different pitchers, so they went to Brandon Little. Brandon Little has not been good for the past 2.5 months. He's really been struggling. So, you know what? It is what it is. You got to put this game behind them. And they did their job. They won 2 out of 3 in Seattle. I think going into that, that's what we wanted to happen. That's what we all asked for, and they got the job done. It's just, this one sort of leaves a bad taste in your mouth, I guess.
So I think there's occasions where, we've had the home field advantage, and it's worked out for us splendidly against the Yankees. I think there was a bit of a shell shock coming into games 1 and 2 of the ALCS for the Jays against the Mariners. And I know we've had bad luck going back to the wild card in big moments at the Rogers Center against Seattle. But when you think about the not necessarily the odds right now, but baseball is really a momentum sport. Where do you think the momentum is right now, and can the Jays capture enough of it in Game 6 to force Game 7 and be like we are where you, as you said, where we wanted it to be coming back from Seattle? But how do we take a loss in Game 5 and pivot from there?
Yeah, you know what? I would agree with you, but baseball is a momentum sport. But this season's been totally different. It's sort of thrown everything I thought about the game out the window a little bit. It's, you know, you come off the Yankees win, you get a little bit of a break, and Seattle just would have played a marathon before Game 1 of this series. And they come back and punch you in the mouth and get 2 wins at the Rogers Center. And then when you think the Mariners have the momentum, the Jays come back and punch you for 2 games. And then the Jays got momentum, and then the Mariners get you. So I don't necessarily believe that momentum is a thing. I think this team lives or dies by their bats like they have all year. The pitching is going to be fine. The starting pitching's been great for the Toronto Blue Jays, really, this whole series. So, you know, with Trey Savage on the mound, a guy that we see has electric stuff and can go in there and compete, I think it's set up for the Blue Jays to do well. They're much better at home, even though those first 2 games maybe you wouldn't think so. But I think the fans still have a lot of hope in this team, and so do I.
Last thing, I don't want to end on a sour note, but just thinking a little bit about George Springer, even if he is like the skipper John Schneider said, he's tough, and unless there's a really good reason, he expects him to be in the lineup. But George Springer, we're just putting up the video of him getting hit off the knee right there, and this is our leadoff hitter, and he's had a resurgent year. He is arguably our most consistent player, at least he has been this year. What does it mean if your leadoff player is even if he does bat injured? What does it mean if you don't have his speed and his hitting ability off the top of the order?
Yeah, George Springer's a different kind of leadoff hitter, right? It's not the you know, poke a single, let the base running do the work. George Springer wants to do damage out of the one hole, so it really doesn't affect it that much. I honestly think if George Springer plays in this game, I think it shows the type of heart and resilience that this team has done all season long and had with them. So I really do think that if he plays, you're going to see a boost of momentum for this team, watching their leader, the guy that's led them through everything, out on the field. So I'm not overly concerned. He's not going to be the guy that's going to, you know, try to hit an infield single and run it out. He's going to be the guy that punches one off the wall and strolls into 2, not having to run full speed. So no, I'm not overly concerned about George Springer. Baseball players, you know, get hit by pitches all the time. Not that it's a good thing. Things could have went wrong, but I think he'll be back and ready to play.
Well, I guess we're going to have to be ready to cheer then. Brayden, anything else before we wrap up that you're thinking about?
You know what? We just got to see the bats get back to it. You know, Dalton Varsho, a guy that can be so big for this team. If he can get the bat going again, I think that helps this team a ton. Same with Alejandro Kirk, if he can keep his bat going. And obviously, we all know what Vladimir Guerrero Jr. is having, probably one of the best playoff performances in baseball of all time. So hopefully he can, you know, continue and lead this team to a win.
There's always hope, Brayden. That's what they're reminding me about every single game now. Brayden Ewasko, we appreciate you. Host of the Locked On Blue Jays podcast. All the best cheering on the Jays tonight, sir.
Thanks. Appreciate you having me.
Happy to have you. And hopefully next time we have Brayden, it's after a win. I'm going to just... You're watching Toronto's Breaking News CP24. Top stories next.